What is going on YouTube?
Welcome to Raise Hell, Praise Dale, the podcast where we talk everything related to the world of the NASCAR Cup Series, a little bit of different things sprinkled in. I'm JT Dallas.
I'm Voodoo.
And welcome
Oh, sorry.
to the first off-season episode of Raise Hell, Praise Dale. I'm excited to be here. I'm sure you are too.
Oh, yeah. My wife's not too happy about it, but yeah.
Either is fine. I'm already ready for the Clash, so.
At Bowman Gray Stadium.
Sir.
No longer at the Coliseum.
Well, that in itself was great news. I hated racing at the Coliseum.
Right.
Anyway, yeah, so we've got some just different stuff to talk about. Again, we won't be doing a what is it, Race Day Horizon?
We got all the segments, yeah. Got them all this week.
Yeah, I was like, we just talked about this. Why do I not remember? Anyway,
you were talking about
so you ain't. Oh, never mind. That's weird. Sorry, my Discord is being stupid. Anyway, you want to roll that intro, homie?
Sure, let's get to it.
I absolutely love that intro.
Absolutely. We're gonna stick with it for a while.
Heck yeah. So, we've got our post-race breakdown coming up. Before we jump into that, guys, it is off season, so they're like this exception because we have all of our stuff.
Whoa. I don't know what just happened over there, but it got loud all of a sudden, and now I can't hear you.
Testing.
You're like cutting in and out.
Really? Hang on a minute.
Now you're loud again.
That's why. I see why. Hang on.
See, we're different than other podcasts. We come to you live. We don't come to you with all that pre-recorded, put-together stuff to make it look all perfect.
So my mic kind of got unplugged. Is that better?
Oh, yeah. Back to normal now.
Yeah, it jumped over to the webcam mic, which was not as good as my condenser mic. But anyway, so with it being off season, guys, it will be a little different. Voodoo and I are talking about different things to do during the off season. But if you guys have any suggestions, be sure to jump in the comments. Let us know. Hit us up on Instagram or anything. I mean, I think both of us are pretty open to suggestions at this point. So.
Yep.
But I think we've got a couple ideas floating around to make it a little bit more fun for you guys. So we will go from there.
Yeah. It'll be an experience that we all grow from at the same time. Slowly.
Sure. So with that being said, you ready to jump in the post-race breakdown?
Sure thing. As you can tell, our graphics have changed once again because it's that fall time / Thanksgiving time.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll change. Probably not next week, but like after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll change to Christmas, holidays, winter,
Yeah, we gotta make it fun.
We got a few of them, I think. Depends on how bored Voodoo gets. Because he is the one that does all these graphics, and I think he does an awesome job. So go show him some love in the comments. But, so, do you want to talk about this?
I suppose so. So we really only got two things to cover under post race breakdown. One of them, there was some penalties that came out after Phoenix was done with, and then one more time to show some love to Corey LaJoy. So first things first, penalties from Phoenix. Remember that right hook that Anthony Alfredo put on to Stephen Parsons. Not only did he get, what was it, 2 laps that he had to sit during the race.
Yep.
Well, they also docked him 25 points and fined him $25,000 for violating the NASCAR member code of conduct. So a little bit of extra icing on top of that cake there.
But they couldn't have done that to Hendrick during the Cup playoffs.
Change my hotkeys. That's why your lug nuts keep showing up, because hotkeys I got set up. Anyways,
break down and get you a Steam Deck.
Right. So moving on to this next part, we got our winless drivers from 2024 season. Normally we don't show you this list.
Yeah.
Normally we just mention it. But I figured I'd add it on here for you so you can see.
Yeah, there's a few people up there that are kind of new, or they don't really have all that big a number.
I figured what I'd do for 2025 is something similar to this, but have every driver on there just to see how long their winless streak is as we go throughout the season. It'll just be active drivers, obviously. Oh wait,
yeah, you're missing
one. There's a driver missing from this list.
Dang right, and it's because he's in a segment all his own when it comes to losers. RHPD brought to you, or RHPD brings you the longest active winless streak, aka this week's biggest loser. Corey LaJoy was 700 and 700.
Whoa! I mean, he'll probably get there, but he's not there yet.
272 starts. I'm sorry, guys. It has definitely been a Monday. It's been a crazy Monday.
A little, slightly new graphic for this for you. I figured y'all can see all the drivers that are still on the winless thing with us. But kind of confusing when we just go, oh yeah, everybody's got another start without a win. But like for the drivers, here they are. Look forward to that being part of the show come next season. But this is the last time you'll see it for 2024.
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's all we got for post race breakdown.
Gonna be relatively short this week.
Yeah, well, we're gonna go ahead and jump forward to trackside trends now.
Alrighty then. Oh my lord, I just about destroyed my whole camera and everything.
Good job.
Focus. Focus. You can do it. And there it went.
Hello, floor. Ooh, look at his feetsies. Normally you gotta pay extra for those.
Alright, that's on the OnlyFans. Yeah. Let's fix this where hopefully it doesn't fall again. Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Are you not gonna focus now for real?
While he's trying to get it focused. First bit of news for NASCAR updates. NASCAR hired somebody new. Jess Smith as managing director of brand content. She was formerly an executive at Stewart-Haas Racing. Of course, Stewart-Haas Racing is no more, so she needed a new job, and NASCAR gave her one. She will oversee social media for the sanctioning body and all of its owned tracks. Pretty nifty.
It is pretty neat. They are also set to review its playoff system this offseason, and changes are possible as soon as 2025. A larger overhaul of playoffs may need to wait until 26 if one ends up being pursued. So, good news, we could be losing this playoff system. Bad news is, even if they do implement something, it probably won't be until 26 before we see it. So,
Yeah. But it could be worse. Hopefully not. Not exactly NASCAR news, but Penske has made an acquisition of the Grand Prix Association of Long Beach. So Penske Entertainment now owns that Grand Prix. It's to manage all of its doings to get it get it to the public, I should say.
heck yeah. So NASCAR, as you guys know, is going to Bowman Gray Stadium for the Clash. Well, this being a smaller track, NASCAR is installing a safer barrier, which of course that's the foam, all that. A new catch fence and new lighting just to prepare for this. So I think Bowman Gray is getting a facelift that it needs.
Bowman Gray's getting the North Wilkesboro treatment.
Sure. I don't mind when NASCAR decides to revive different tracks.
It's
all
nice
I'm
for
gonna
sure.
all I'm gonna say is Rockingham.
They keep pushing for it. Maybe the Rock is next.
I hope so.
This is miniature information compared to that. Apparently, Chevrolets are seeming to be allowed to have wrapped side skirts for next season. I didn't even know it was a thing that they couldn't have their.
Either did I.
Apparently, next season they're aiming for that, and Carson Hocevar said he's excited about it. That's not from him directly. Be questioning him. That's from a Twitter post.
Huh. Why didn't you question him directly? You got that dude on speed dial, don't you?
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me get him on the show.
All right. So, for a pretty decent chunk of news, so 23XI and Front Row have filed to appeal to the prelim injunction with the U.S. Court of Appeals. No deadlines have been set for briefs to be filed or hearing dates. They have asked for it to be expedited and for the oral argument to be held during the court's next scheduled sessions for hearings, which is December 10th through the 13th. NASCAR will allow 23XI and Front Row to sign the open race team agreement while continuing to approve the antitrust lawsuit. So basically, they're moving on with their legal proceedings. We should know something by the 10th or the 13th. The court's gonna basically decide who's in the right. NASCAR is allowing them to be able to qualify into races until their legal battle is done.
Either
Put it in layman's terms for you.
Yep. So charters still going. Have not been. I don't even think they've really gone into a courtroom for.
I don't think so, because I think that's what they're doing on the 10th and the 13th.
Are we streaming it?
No, we're not streaming at all.
Goodness gracious. Some people. See the color of her hair, right?
Yeah. I see your dad.
Just more proof there.
You want to talk about some teams and the changes thereof?
Sure. Go ahead and do that. So for the truck series, Rackley War will be moving its entire operation from the great state of Tennessee to the hub of NASCAR in North Carolina. during the off season. They're going to be moving into the GMS fabrication building in Statesville.
Pretty sweet. Parker Retzlaff will not be returning to Jordan Anderson Racing for 2025.
Yeah, I think he's actually not planning to race at all. Remember correctly.
Don't think so. Well, I think that's what I heard. At least full time.
But somebody's tired of not winning, so Kyle Busch is going to make his Chili Bowl Nationals debut in January.
Did you see the video of him getting in that midget?
Not getting in it, but I saw the one of him trying to get out of it.
That's what, yeah. And he got stuck in the seat and everything. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
But
he's going to be driving the 51 midget with Lucas Oil and Flow Racing as sponsors.
And guess who might have tickets to that?
Probably the people that are going to be in attendance.
There's a possibility, depending on how work goes, that I might be able to get in there because the Chili Bowl's 45 minutes from me.
You know what sucks?
Tulsa. What?
Nashville race 2025 is at doggone nighttime, man.
Oh my God, that would have been great.
Almost want to go back to get a proper experience.
Oh man, the sad part is like I've been trying to work out where I can go to a race this season and nothing is working out. So I don't know if I'll get to this season or not.
It's gonna be tricky for me. I gotta hope that Vetex comes through. I've been striking out with them lately too because everything's been in lottery and I haven't been getting selected, so it's been kind of crappy.
Anyway, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I might have tickets to it. Not 100% sure yet. Me and my wife talked about it. So. A major announcement is coming tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern for RFK.
Ryan Priest, 60.
I can see that.
Legacy Motor
Club. Curveball and sign LaJoy.
Chase Elliott to the 60.
Oh yeah, I think all Chase Elliott's fans would be real thrilled with that move.
Going to Ford, that'd be interesting. The Legacy Motor Club has made another hire. Chad Johnston, who was a longtime crew chief for Ryan Priest, has been hired as manager of race engineering.
Okay, I'm going to throw this out there. Okay. What if RFK's announcing that John Hunter Nemechek is going to run the 60 for them? And then Legacy might hit back with Ryan Priest in the 43.
42, you mean?
Or 42, yeah, sorry.
Eric Jones is in.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about Ryan Priest jumping in there, but I could see us, like, maybe Nemechek going over there to the 60 and us pulling Bradley Earps up to the 42.
That'd be a good one. Anywho, they also, speaking of Legacy Motor Club, have partnered with Newmar Corporation. Let's see here. To be the official motor coach provider of the club for a 1-year sponsorship, Legacy will take ownership of their 45-foot 2025 Newmar King Air in early February.
So this is going to be a customized motor coach that they're going to use as like office space plus entertaining guests and stuff.
Yeah.
It'll be at the track. Starting with the Daytona 500.
Getting that. Did you hear me? I
wonder
how much. I said I wonder how much tickets are to getting that.
I don't know. Bet you. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'd almost pay it if Johnson was there.
I'm sure he would be. Most of it, at least.
I'm waiting to see how many races he's going to be in next year.
Hopefully it's like
15. That's the number that he's sticking in my head. He's gonna announce.
I was gonna
15.
hope for 36, but you know.
Well, no. I've noticed like the past few years he's been getting more and more. Because like the first one it was like 6. This year it's like 9.
Well, first year was like 5, but he only actually made it to like 2.
Yeah, that's fair. And then like he got like this year he got 9, but he made it to 8, right?
I thought he did all 9.
Oh, didn't it? I might be thinking. Wasn't it this year that his wife's family had all that problem?
No, that was last year,
Was it?
2023. Yeah, that was he went MIA for a month or 2.
That's right. Yeah. Well, he didn't go very far from me. I live on the outskirts of that town. But I'm not one of those fans that'll sit there and hunt them down, especially going through all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty rough time there.
Yeah. But I am looking forward to this year. Of course, Bell's going to be one of my drivers again, which I'm sure we'll do an episode about who we're really watching.
Yeah.
I'm still salty that he got screwed out of not 1, but 2 championships in a row for different reasons. I'm not saying the first one was NASCAR, but anyway.
Yeah.
I think that I think Legacy's going to hopefully have a better year.
Can't be much worse.
I mean, it could, but
it could be worse, but not by much.
But I'm looking forward to Legacy this year.
Yeah. They got a lot of new hires. Get all the data from last season. I only expect them to be better this season. Don't expect them to be contending for a championship or nothing, but
I'd sure like to see them at least stay in the top 15. I don't know though. There's so many drivers that are like decent drivers in like especially this last season. Like in like 21 and 22 there was like you could almost pick who was going to be in the back all the time, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But now I think the playing field's starting to level out and I will be right back.
all right. Moving forward from that one. Lovely voices in his head. We're going to shift over to Race Day Horizon. All right. So, normally we would talk about the upcoming schedule for this weekend's race, but guess what? There's no race. So, what we're going to do instead, talking about the stuff that's coming up this weekend and looking forward to 25. Start putting a new 5 in this section here. Keep you guys up. That being said, this Friday night, the 2024 awards banquet for NASCAR. Won't get to see it live on Friday night. You'll have to wait until Sunday. That's November 24th. I'll be on the CW at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Sorry for my special guest.
It's all good. I had one, you got one. We're even now.
Right. So, where are you at? I'm sorry.
Just letting them know about
the awards banquet.
Gotcha. We're moving on from that one to the next little bit here.
But okay, so I'm kind of looking forward to the announcers for the Prime booth. Yeah, got old Dale Earnhardt Jr., which, contrary to other people, I really like his calling.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's actually a driver that knows a lot about the track and the cars.
I'm gonna say this, he offers a unique look because not only was he a driver, but now he's a team owner, so he can kind of throw both sides of the coin as far as when it comes like the business sides. Same thing with Jimmy. And don't get me wrong. Okay, what I'm about to say is kind of contrary to what like most people think I'd say. I like I like Dale in the booth more than I like Jimmy, solely because I think Dale has a lot more personality that he can put into his calling. And I'm not saying Jimmy's bad at it because I have no problems with Jimmy calling. I like it. I just think that Jimmy's a lot more reserved than Dale.
Dale's definitely a lot more
You,
animated.
you get what I'm saying? Like when you're listening to something like oh no, where did his name go? It was right there too. The dude with the accent. Oh no.
Lee Diffie.
Yes, thank you. Lee Diffie. I love when he calls because he gets so excited. He's got so much energy, and a lot of people don't. A lot of people just want to hear the American announcers and stuff, which I don't agree with. I think if they're announcing and they're like calling what needs to be called and it's got a lot of energy and it's building you up, I think just let them call it. You know what I mean?
All right, we're gonna put Coach O up there, dude.
Say what?
You remember Coach O from LSU?
Oh.
Put him up there and let him call a race.
Oh, he's like the what's his name? The dude from The Water Boy.
Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying. Like I like Dale because he adds that extra twist to everything. Like he can tell you what's going on the business side. He can tell you what's going on. That, and let's be honest, he's one of the front families of NASCAR. I mean, he represents the Earnhardt family. If I had to make a dream broadcast booth, okay, I would have him. I would have Kyle Petty, and I'd probably have Mike Joy. Those are my three that I would throw in and make the best. That's just my opinion. I'm saying if you disagree with me, you're wrong. I'm not saying that. But I am excited for this one because I think this is a good lineup. I think they're really good as far as, everybody there. What do you think?
Well, for those of you that are just listening to the podcast, we just discussed Dale, but the other two that have been announced are Adam Alexander and Steve Letarte.
I'm sorry, I should have actually said that.
And no, Steve is not leaving NBC. He'll still be in the NBC booth. He'll also be in Prime and TNT booth. So you get to hear him for most of the season. But I'm looking forward to it because obviously Steve Letarte's a good guy. Adam Alexander's pretty dang good himself. And then, of course,
I really do miss him I miss watching Race Hub because, he was on it a lot.
Yeah. It's good to see him still being able to stick around. Names.
I'm over here trying to think of the girl that was on, or I say the girl, the woman that was on Race Hub with him. But for the life of me, I'm terrible with names. I'm sorry,
I don't
guys.
remember what her name is either.
But I think she would make a good, like, if not in the booth, like in the pit crew and stuff like that. Like, I think Michael Waltrip is hilarious when it comes to, like, going around the pits and
the grid walk.
I mean, yeah, I'm just saying, like, I have a dream team that if I could make a broadcast, I would do. You know what I mean? But a lot of people disagree with me. Some of them don't really care for it. Like, I didn't mind Fox broadcasting. I didn't mind it. It's not my favorite. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I didn't mind it. I liked the graphics. Well, some of the graphics that Fox brought. You know what I mean?
Are they the ones that did the cartoon drivers?
No, not those. I did not like those. It made Ty Gibbs look like a baby.
I mean,
that's
the only
reason I liked it. But well, that was the only one that I really liked. But no, like the Crank It Up segment, like that is something like super nostalgic to me. Yeah. I love the Crank It Up segment. Like it takes me back to the Speed Network. It's just one of those things, you know what I mean? Same thing with Mike Joy's voice. Okay, I'm sorry. The day that Mike Joy dies is a day that part of my childhood dies. Just because I grew up listening to him call races.
Still are a child.
I'm sorry, Grandpa. Do you need to take your meds? But anyway, I'm getting off my soapbox.
But Lee Diffie and Steve Letarte will still be in the NBC booth, so at least most of the season, I'd say, got a pretty decent booth going on.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you've got it down in here somewhere. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we covered it last week.
For what?
Well, we did cover it last week. But did you see that they were wrapping Dale Earnhardt's late model?
I did not.
It was posted on his TikTok.
Oh,
I think I seen
wait,
it
with
today.
the Budweiser thing, yeah.
Yeah,
We did cover that last week.
I am so excited for that. So you know that, of course, Lionel's gonna sell it. You know I'm gonna have to buy that one.
If they make it.
They're gonna make it. Come on, it's the Budweiser number 8. It's the first time it's been shown since like 2004.
Yeah, but it's also Lionel. Holding my breath.
I don't know. It's Hendrick related, so they're gonna make it.
Hendrick related? Not even a little bit.
Yeah, Junior Motorsports is literally partially funded by Hendrick.
Yeah. Anyways, that's old news. Get with the current stuff, man.
It's my childhood all over again. Okay. But anyway, 2025 scheduled times and networks have been announced.
Yep. So these are all your Fox and FS1 group here. Clash of Bowman Gray is going to be on Fox on February 2nd at 8 p.m. Sunday.
Yes, sir. And then you got February, what is that, 16th?
Yep.
Yeah, Daytona 500, baby.
I guess I could have put the dates and times and stuff in the notes too, but I didn't. But as you see, most of these times are like right around each other. I mean, you got a couple of night races, but most of them are 3 or 3:30. You got one 2:30 thrown in there.
Yeah.
And you got the 8 p.m. night, which is really just a Clash and the All-Star race at North Wilkesboro. But then most of your stuff is just on FS1. And those first 4 races are on Fox. And then Talladega's on Fox, but the rest of them are on it. That's the first 14 weeks of the season there.
Only 92 days until Daytona 500.
Right. Those are your first 14 weeks.
Just a reminder, only 92 days.
Next group, got 5 on Prime there. Will be Charlotte, Nashville, Michigan, Mexico City, and Pocono.
I'm kind of excited to see what the Mexico City one looks like. If it's anything like Chicago, I think it'd be really cool.
Well, Charlotte and Nashville are both night races, 6 and 7 p.m. respectively. But then the rest of them are afternoon, 2 or 3 p.m. there. Sunny.
I wonder if anybody's going to run like an Aztec scheme for that one. Like a traditional
I'm 900% sure that Suarez is going to, maybe not Aztec, but he'll have some kind of like
a Sugar Skull or something, or Luchador.
He'll probably run that Quaker State scheme.
I'm sure. Yeah, you're right.
Then you got.
I'm kind of curious how that one's going to go. Like, I think it's really cool, but it's the first time in a long time that NASCAR's been outside the U.S.
Yeah.
I mean, like as far as the Cup Series.
Sure.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And it's like my birthday.
Getting old, huh?
You ain't lying. We me. Please. Good morning.
I go back? Yeah, let's go back, right?
The next group of 5 will be on TNT. Be Atlanta, Chicago.
We got Atlanta.
Go ahead.
Atlanta, June 28th. at 7 p.m. Did my mic change again?
I think it's just because you're sitting up super close.
No, it keeps getting unplugged for some reason.
Hey, you know, just to make it fun.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on. But anyway, and then you got Chicago Street Race July 6th at 2 p.m. At 3:30 you got Sonoma July 13th. July 20th at 2 p.m. you got Dover, and July 27th at 2 p.m. you've got Indy.
It's the Brickyard. Looking
Yes,
forward to that one
sir.
too. So technically, this is the last year that the Chicago Street Race is on, at least in contract. We'll
I was
see
about
if
to
that
say,
sticks
I
around.
wonder if the city of Chicago will bring it back. I mean, it seems to be pretty good, at least even
Last
for
year was
tourism.
good. The first year was kind of crappy because most of the events got rained out.
Yeah, because they raced on a lake instead of a road.
Right. Last 4 races of the regular season there are on USA or NBC. You got Iowa August 3rd at 3:30, Watkins Glen August 10th at 2, and then Richmond at 7:30 p.m. That's a Saturday race.
Yes,
USA,
sir.
and then your regular season finale, of course, at Daytona, be on NBC at 7:30 p.m. August 23rd. That's all your regular season stuff there. Now, let's talk about playoffs.
All right. So starting August 31st at 8 p.m., you get Darlington on USA. The next, let's see here, 7 races will be on USA. So September 7th, you got the Worldwide Technology Center at 3 p.m. The 13th at 7:30 p.m. you got Bristol. So Bristol Night Race on USA, September 13th. September 21st, you got New Hampshire, New Hampshire at 2 p.m. I had to make sure you know it's New Hampshire, not just Hampshire. We're not going to England.
Maybe.
Kansas, September 28th at 3 p.m. That might be one that I'll be able to squeeze. I don't know yet. We'll see. Charlotte Roval, October 5th at 3 p.m. And the last race on USA is October 12th at 5:30 p.m. and that's Las Vegas, baby. Of course, you got October 19th. I'm sorry. At 2 p.m. you got Dega on NBC. And 26th at 2 p.m. you got Martinsville on NBC.
That's the day before my birthday.
And they're racing in Martinsville. How do
Then
you
Martin,
like that?
go to Martinsville.
Taking donations to send Martins to Martinsville for his birthday.
Right.
And of course you got Phoenix, which is the championship, November 2nd. You know what I didn't really see on there, which you might have read it earlier. I just didn't see it.
What's that?
Where's Homestead?
It's beginning of kind of
Okay, never mind then.
March
I see
23rd.
it now. Yeah, March 23rd.
Way at the beginning.
Yeah, I guess I just didn't hear you or didn't pay attention.
We didn't really cover like specific races on that first slide.
I got you.
Talked about the key ones. Yeah, that's your
Is there-
2025 schedule, times, and everything.
Is there... All right, so you want to talk a little bit about some silly season team stuff?
Woo! We're obviously not going to touch on every single one of these, but you got some confirmed guys for 2025. First up, your Haas Factory team, number 00. No longer
Sheldon
Cole
Creed
Custer.
moved from Joe Gibbs to Haas.
And then
Sam Mayer moved from JR, our junior, to what you call it.
Haas factory team.
Thank you. I don't know why my brain's just like, oh, shut down now. But anyway, so moving on to AM racing. I know we covered it before, but there's
skip JR Motorsports.
Oh, well, yeah. Hey, Junior Motorsports #1 of Carson Capville.
Really? You don't know how to say Quapple?
No, I don't race so good. I can't even talk. What are you talking about?
He's not the first Quapple to race.
Doesn't mean I can pronounce it.
Word. Let me guess. You
And
can't
then
pronounce
Connor
the next one.
Zilic is
Oh, you
in
can
the
pronounce
number 8.
that one.
Yeah, because I hear it enough.
Now moving on to AM racing, Mr. Not in the Cup Series no more. Harrison Burton will be running the 15.
Yes, sir.
Racing.
Yep. Go ahead.
Confirmed. Mr. Christian Eckes is moving up from the Truck Series, and he'll be taking over that number 16 car. Solid.
Sure, and they got BMR, or Big Machine Racing. It's running the number 48 of Nick Sanchez. And you got a team that nobody knows, JGR. It's running the
they're
18
just starting this year, huh?
I think so. They got a bunch of rookies going for them and everything. You got William Zawit in the 18, Brandon Jones in the 19, and the 54, partially owned by Grandpa's favorite little man, Taylor Gray. That's not Grandpa's favorite little man, by the way.
No.
Ty Gibbs.
Yeah. Last but not least, DGM Racing has announced Ryan Ellis will be driving for them, but they have not announced what number it'll be.
Yes, sir. All right. So moving on to the Cup side of things, we've got Aspire, and their 2 drivers have been announced. The 7 of Justin Haley and the 71 of Michael McDowell.
Calling again in the Cup Series. Got 2 drivers, so the 31 is being rebranded to the 10, and Ty Dillon will be in that one. And then Mr. AJ Allmendinger will be making his Cup return full time in the number 16.
Yes, sir. And JGR will be doing great when Chase gets in the car.
I think Christopher Bell announced this like a year early, didn't he?
I think so. So, of course, Chase Briscoe will be running the 19 of JGR.
Yeah. Wood Brothers, obviously you heard that Harrison Burton's dropped down to the Xfinity. So his number 21 is open. Well, no, it's not, because Josh Berry's going to be in there.
Yes, sir. And Mr. Frozen Yogurt himself, Cole Custer, is running Haas Factory's number 41.
Indeed.
So who knows? We might see Wonder Bread come back for Cole Custer.
I could see it happening for sure. It's happened the last, 2 seasons?
Yep, because Ryan Preece ran the 41.
Front Row Motorsports has announced that Noah Gregson will be racing for them. They have not confirmed a number, but rumor mill has it that it will be the number 4. I'll see.
Trackhouse will be running the number 88 with this future most popular driver, Jane Van Gisbergen.
Look at the rest of the drivers on the graphic here. So don't mind the extra little image next to Mr. Denny Hamlin. Get your merch. All right, well, that's all we got for that portion. Now we get to the fun part. So normally what we do here is just like scheme spotlight. We'll have a classic scheme and a new scheme, but we figured since the season's over with, we both just picked our favorite scheme from the season.
Yes, sir.
That'd be this past season.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Anyway, I don't know about you, but I tried not to pick the same driver and or scheme as you because I don't know which scheme you picked, but I got a good idea. And it was the first one that came to my mind. Okay, so I tried not to pick the same driver or the same scheme.
Right.
I mean, so
Well, I
and you
didn't
might
have
be
mine
thinking,
picked until after you picked yours. So.
well, I just assumed that's the one you were going with, so I stayed away from it. And you might be asking, well, if you don't pick the same driver, you won't get the same scheme. And not necessarily, because a lot of the front row guys and stuff like that
There
repeated
were a lot
schemes.
of like teammates running the same schemes
Yeah.
this year.
So that's why I said the way I did. But I'm pretty sure that we both got two totally different schemes.
Yeah.
So
considering I put the graphics together.
right.
All right, you ready for some
So
Slick Scheme Spotlight?
Yes, sir. So, Slick Scheme Spotlight is brought to you by Happy Hour Racing, your go-to spot for all your NASCAR and F1 memorabilia. They're awesome. I use them personally. You should check them out. The link is in the description below. Use code RHPD to support the podcast, and no, that does not add any more to your purchase. We just get a little cut off the top of the profit margin. So it doesn't cost you anything extra. It just supports us. So you guys could go check that out. That would be awesome. So moving on, you did not pick the driver that I thought you did, or I would have picked that one. But I chose the Michael McDowell blaster car. This ran for the Quaker State 400 at Atlanta. He started on the pole, one of many that he started this season, but finished way back in 22nd. I just love this car. I'm pretty sure the back of the car said "Blast Your Nuts" or something like that. That's one of the reasons I picked it. It's great. I love this car. It's red and yellow. It's got the Blaster logo real big on the side with the can on it. It's just scratching all the right parts of my brain. The only way it would be a little bit better is if it had some kind of green in there. But I understand why they didn't, because it wouldn't really go with it. I'm just saying, either that or if it was patriotic. Those are the two ways that it would have gotten any better. But as far as like regular car, this one did it for me. So this is my pick.
Not a bad scheme at all, sir. Not
No,
who
sir.
I thought you were going to be going with. Honestly, thought you were going to go with the one that I wound up picking.
So okay,
but I had a backup on plan.
Since you didn't pick the one that I was originally going to go with, I was originally going to go with Johnson's Daytona 500 scheme. I didn't pick that because I was like, for sure, it's either going to be that one or Phoenix. So I just wiped Johnson off the table, right? It's because I was like, he's going to pick Johnson. Just don't worry about it. And I almost did pick your scheme. Like I was like this close to picking your scheme, and then I remembered this scheme, and I was like, well, we'll just do that one. I like it, you know. I doubt that you'd pick a McDowell scheme, so it was just kind of a safe bet. Like I was like this close to like saying this next scheme, if it's the one that I think it is.
Well, I was gonna pick, no lie, Jimmy Johnson's Phoenix scheme was on the top of my list, but I was like, you know what? That's too easy. It's the last race that we just raced. Technically, we did it. Well, I picked it as the scheme for that race. I was like, I really don't want to do it 2 weeks in a row, you know? I was like, yeah, I mean,
to be fair, we picked the 575 years of Petty or the Daytona 500. That one I explicitly remember.
Yeah, for sure.
So I just tried to stay away from Johnson, which I mean, by the looks of it, I could have went with it, but I agree with you. It was a very low-hanging fruit kind of.
Like, obviously, that one's good. It should be on my shelf here before the end of next season.
Please, for the love of God, Lionel.
Right. Anyways.
I'm going to order the 1/64th of it. Not that I think it'll be made, but I'm gonna order the 164th.
Well, I already pre-ordered the 124th though.
I just haven't gotten around to doing it. Anyway,
Moving on to mine. I did not pick Jimmy Johnson. I picked Mr. Ross Chastain and his Busch Classic scheme that he ran at the Goodyear 400 at Darlington Raceway. This scheme should be his 2025 primary scheme. Freaking gorgeous. The white based paint scheme with some nice call that royal blue / navy blue mountains with some gold fringe on it.
pretty good. This is a really good Busch scheme. It's the Busch Classic. You know, you can't get more classic than that. I will say, this was not the Chastain scheme that I would have picked. I almost picked a different Chastain scheme.
Which one were you going to go with?
Oh, so it was kind of a tie between two of them, honestly. I was gonna either pick the fish one, or it had like the largemouth bass on the side of it that he ran like way earlier in the season, or I was gonna pick the camo one with the orange one on it. And
So, you know what's funny about that?
what's
I
that?
originally had the camo one up here, and then I changed it.
But yeah, so it's crazy to think that we were kind of on the same steps, even though we weren't. If that makes sense.
Mhm.
Like, because I seen, like, when I was looking through the notes before the thing, I was like, oh man, I could have went with that one, but at the same time, you know, not bad.
Mhm.
I like it.
Next week we'll pick 2 more from this past season, and we'll try and bring out 2 more. I mean, technically, this one was picked at one time for the Darlington race.
I mean, I wasn't even really using that. I was just trying to pick something that you didn't pick. You know what I mean?
Well, it'd be funny if we both picked the same one. Would be funny.
Yeah. But anyway.
So that's mine. He started 9th, finished 11th that race, so not too bad of a day for him. But it is a beautiful scheme.
That's okay. It's
no
not funny, but
9/11 jokes. Come on now.
Yeah, you knew exactly where my head was, and he's running Busch beer.
Jeez,
Bush did 9/11.
Anyway, put that
We do have
cowboy on his
merch.
shoulder.
Yep. We do have some merch. You can get just our regular logo stuff. You can get the cucumber cowboy. You can get some fast pasta. I wish I could find somewhere that would make plushies.
That'd be cool.
You know how cool it'd be to have like fast pasta plushie, the cowboy plushie. I think it'd be pretty
I'm
good.
having fun with cucumber cowboy.
But
I mean, it's a
so
slightly shorter episode than what we normally do.
Yeah, but I mean,
We still almost got it to an hour.
Yeah, but you also got to look at, it's also the beginning of off season. Now, granted, me and you were talking a little bit about what we're wanting to do off season, which to make the episodes just a little bit longer, since we won't have that, those races to talk about. I think we got some pretty solid ideas. I think we'll just have to refine it a little bit and go from there, which you guys will see probably next week. Like I said, don't be afraid to jump in and hit those subscribe buttons and just talk to us. Whatever. What am I missing here? I feel like I'm missing something. I don't even remember now.
Well, you already mentioned merch.
Yeah, I mentioned the merch. Which should have got that. I've got a water bottle with the cucumber cowboy on it that I usually have right by my desk, but I don't right now.
You know what would be hilarious?
What's that?
if we ever get big enough to sponsor, like be a primary sponsor for a car, we obviously got to put our podcast logo on there. But if we put all of these like Cucumber Cowboy, Fast Pasta, and all that crap all over the car, it'd be hilarious.
Put the gang on there.
That'd be awesome.
It would be. We are adding. What was it? Was it 2? Because we're still working on Maddie D Burrito.
Yeah.
And then we got Joey Lasagna.
We technically got Ross Chastain too.
The
Man.
Melon Man. What else?
I do
Let's
need to
see.
continue working on those. I haven't tried to work on them this week.
I've slightly messed around with Maddie D Burrito.
I haven't liked any of them that have come out.
Neither have I. And then I've messed around with Joey Lasagna.
I've not messed around with lasagna yet.
So far, spoilers if you guys are watching a little bit. So far, the one that I liked the most wasn't even like a character. It was just like Joey spelled out, and like the font looked like lasagna.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'll see if I can't recreate it because I didn't save it because I was like, But yeah.
Anywho, we're still sitting.
We also got some low hanging fruit like Chris Bell. We could just make into a bell, like a Liberty Bell or something like that, church bell.
Anywho, we're still only sitting at 77 subscribers. It's been like 2 weeks in a row now.
I know.
Maybe 3.
Man, guys, just because the season end doesn't mean you gotta quit watching.
Right. Hit that subscribe button. See? I'm telling you.
It's right there. But yeah, I think that's all I got. Unless you got something else.
No, that'd be it. Hit that outro.
All right. I think it's your turn to read the outro this time.
Well, okay. We're crossing the finish line of another Raise Hail Praise Dale episode. Until next time, may your tracks be clear and your victories many. Good night, race fans.